like magic.
Can you reload these things?
I don't know, but well,
I was expecting a lot more confetti.
that really wasn't very much at all.
Dude, I think you can reload these things. All right.
I'm gonna
Monday.
save that.
Yeah. Oh no.
Did you just break it?
Oh no! I shot my eye out. Guys, welcome.
Hi everybody.
Dude, stop.
I'm gonna try and fix it.
It's not gonna work. It's not.
Just do the show.
Welcome to Pro Wrestling and You. I am Joseph Gurr. This is Casey Strata.
Hey.
And we collectively are the greatest duo on YouTube.
There aren't many, to be honest.
No, there's not. There's really not. Not at all.
No.
So
Generally,
Casey,
it's only people in their basement.
Casey, let's talk about this past Monday night and the first ever Monday Night Wars. I guess we should have started a countdown here.
Not the first ever, but
Well, not the first
ever.
ever. First ever in like 10 years.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't excited, but then it started, and I was really excited.
I was super excited throughout the entire day because wrestling websites kept blowing up, and I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting there, we got food from KFC,
Fucking confetti
we turned on Nitro, and it was great.
Impact was awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna jump right into it here. Best show.
Impact by far.
By far, yes, agreed. Agreed. I think the wrestling on Impact was subpar, with the exception of
The main event.
Aren't these like little like Jerry curl things like?
I think so. Like Afro Sheen.
All right, so Impact only really had 2 good matches, and what really I think saved Impact besides the 2 good matches was all the appearances that were made on this
cameos.
show.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cheap pop, but it worked really, really well.
You had Jeff Hardy,
yeah,
which came in during the first segment.
The Steel Asylum.
The Steel Asylum, which was garbage.
That was the word. One of the word. Like we were sitting there. Okay, the first thing, we'll break this down real quick. Bubba Love Sponge, who I listened to on my commute to school.
Yes, as I.
He's an idiot, but his show is kind of fun. He's a total mark. And I don't say that like being elitist. Like he's just a total mark. And the people they were interviewing are the reasons that we don't like to go to live events.
True Slayer brought this up.
Yeah.
Last night he made a video and he was talking about the lady who's like, I want chair shots. Like that lady we were making fun of.
Yeah.
Like she is the type of person that you will see when you wait in line at the Orlando Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Before you go to Soundstage 21.
So and then so they got all that going on. We felt very dejected at that point. Like this is gonna be a terrible broadcast. Then the Steel Asylum went terribly with that DQ.
Pretty sure that was a botch ending.
Yeah, well, the crowd started, chanting this is bullshit. We thought that was kind of funny. Matt from the Backstage Pass said that was very inappropriate and very immature. He was very upset by that.
And Matt, because I'm sure he's watching our video because he, once again, was part of the Pro Wrestling and You universe.
Yeah.
When you stand in line for 8 hours in freezing weather,
yeah,
I would be pissed too, and I probably would have started this as bullshit chant because honestly, for the first match ever on your live Impact, and it's a DQ finish, and I waited in line 8 to 10 hours,
and something like a Steel Asylum match that you think was gonna be like super cool, it was very
which
bad.
Saw nobody go through the hole in the top.
Because Homicide was unable to do it. Well, anyway, which I don't blame him because it did look very challenging.
So Jeff Hardy makes his appearance after this, and him and Homicide get into it, which I was, like Casey, very happy to see Homicide.
Yeah.
Or Jeff Hardy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of marked out like a little bit. Like, I didn't expect it, even though I hate him.
So then we saw a Tara and ODB match, which was whatever.
Yeah, and then Tara's butt fell out, so they tried to sense the
They showed like a fucking empty arena with the Asylum just sitting there. Like, way to go, fucking censor, way to ruin everything.
Yeah, so basically they were off like 1 to 2. Like they were not doing very well at all.
So then things picked up a little bit.
Yeah, then Hulk Hogan came out, I think.
Yeah, because we had a half an hour of commercials.
Yeah, half an hour of commercials, which we were raging about. So this is very, very bad. My lips are very chapped. I apologize. It's this damn winter. So it was very bad to start, and then once Hulk Hogan came out, which I thought was great that he came out to like the NWO music, which was hilarious. The show was excellent.
Yeah, from there on, I mean, the promo he cut in the ring was really good. The whole deal with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Six Pac, Eric Bischoff, all at one time in the ring, and TNA. I thought it went really well.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. Supposedly that was the real script that Eric Bischoff ripped up and like threw at the audience, and people were like trying to steal it, and they're like, "Give it back to me! That's TNA's property." Well, whatever. It was really good. The entire show was good. we're gonna skip ahead now because we have so much to cover. Let's talk about AJ and Kurt Angle.
It was a great match. I think that was better than the main event of the last pay-per-view that we saw live.
I agree.
That match was awesome.
I mean, now we saw why they took so many commercials because they wanted to give this match time at the end.
Yeah.
Which TNA, very good job. I'll give you a round of applause on this.
You're a saucy wench, TNA.
They took one commercial break, and in that match, and I don't even think it was that long. It was like maybe 2-3 commercials.
Yeah.
And they're back on it. I actually told Casey, man, I wish we were there live because I would like to have seen what happened during the commercial.
Yeah, we were very invested in what was going on. It was very, very good.
Which saw AJ Styles pick up the victory.
Yeah,
retain
as
his
he
world
should,
title.
as he should, and it was very, very good. Great match. So.
And then Hulk Hogan comes down and he says on the microphone, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, the best wrestlers in the world right now. Yeah. Then we have some stooge run on stage. He's like,
and then Hulk Hogan does this terrible run that was like, it was very, very bad.
Well, he has no knees.
I know, but I'm just teasing him.
So, come to find out, Mick Foley has now gained interest into the arena, which he's been trying to do all night. With a few other people like the Nasty Boys who got in because Bubba the Sponge fucking swerves the security guard, which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So he runs back there as Mick Foley goes into Hulk Hogan's office. Well, first off, he breaks up this awesome strip poker game between Val Venis and the Beautiful People, which I wish there was more of. They didn't
really go back to.
No.
I guess they just ran out of time.
So anyways, Val Venis points him in the right direction. Mick Foley walks in the office. Hulk Hogan! And then turn around the chair. It's not Hulk Hogan, it's Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff states, "You will never be executive shareholder in this company anymore. You have to earn your spot like everybody else."
Yeah.
Turns into a big hullabaloo. Mick Foley looks like he's going to lay out a brouhaha. It looks like Mick Foley's going to lay out Eric Bischoff. Here comes the NWO.
Or, yeah, like kind of, I was going to say the Outsiders.
The Outsiders.
Yeah, it kind of was, the Outsiders.
Yeah. They attack Mick Foley, and then all you hear is they stop, and you hear Hogan go, "Hey!" And the camera like swings by, and it's like all up in his grill.
He's very concerned.
Very concerned, and Impact ends.
Yeah.
Very.
And now, I told Joe this was I felt like it was a good ending because unlike WWE, which always wraps something up in a bow for you, you said what's gonna happen? Like what was Ric Flair doing? What's going to happen with
Jeff
Hardy? Yeah, and even the Jeff Jarrett situation.
And the Jeff Jarrett situation.
There was a lot of things where I'm like, I want to know.
Because, and for who don't know about the Jeff Jarrett situation, Hulk Hogan, Jeff Jarrett came out, did his usual promo. Yeah. His talking about TNA and everything. Hulk Hogan on the Jumbo, which you don't see very much in TNA, is somebody on the Jumbotron in the middle of another person's
That thing actually has a name, but I don't remember what it's called.
I don't care. Whatever,
it's like the Impact.
It's
screen or something.
He basically tells Jeff Jarrett that he is no longer part owner.
He pretty much calls him a douche, and then
he's got to get a spot. He's got to.
Yeah.
That was the theme of the night. Yeah. Everybody on has to earn their spot in TNA.
And it was kind of like a double entendre, which isn't quite the right term for that, but it was kind of a metaphor for. We're not just going to bring in a bunch of guys that, what we had been worried about. We want, I thought that too. They're going to try and make it right. This isn't like WCW.
Raw. Real quickly, Raw, because we're at 426. We started at 418. We have a little bit of time here. Raw. We're not going to talk about anything on Raw.
Raw was very lukewarm. I thought the DX segments and match were good.
Yes.
Aside from that, I waited like 12 years to, see Bret Hart, and I felt like it was very, very weak, and I thought the ending was pretty weak, too.
All right, my thoughts on Bret Hart real quick. Yeah. The Shawn Michaels in-ring in the open, that whole deal, I liked. I like where they were going in the open of the show. They gave Bret Hart some time to talk. They brought Shawn Michaels down. They squashed everything. Then you get to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Bret Hart comes out with Vince McMahon, and they do this all, we're friends, blah, blah, blah. Vince McMahon kicks him in the groin. To me, that was a cop-out. That was the easy way out, or the easy way to set things up for what is going to be a Vince McMahon and Bret Hart feud at WrestleMania, probably. Honestly, I think you should have brought the Hart Dynasty down, and they should have attacked Vince McMahon with Bret Hart just kind of standing there like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And then the Hart Dynasty explains, we're doing this because this man has trashed the Hart name. We've all had a train in the dungeon. We've all known your father. First off, your father's too good to be in this Hall of Fame. He's better than this Hall of Fame. We're here to make sure the Hart name lives on forever as what it should be. the best wrestling family in the world. That's the way it should have went. And then Bret Hart joins them, leads them, and that'd have been a huge push for the Hart Dynasty.
Yeah.
And honestly, people are like, well, what has the Hart Dynasty done? They haven't done anything. But that's some good talent in that dynasty.
No, they're very
in that group.
Yeah, I think that's the way it should have gone. I didn't really like Raw that much.
I didn't either.
I felt kind of let down.
We'll end it right here. Impact did a 1-5. Reportedly did a 1-5, while Raw did, I think, a 3-5 or a 3-6. So that's what we thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was strong. I thought Impact did strong. It still equals out to be like 2.5 million people or something like that, which is
so good job.
Yeah, by word of mouth, I'm willing to bet that this Thursday's broadcast will still do pretty well.
Yeah, they're probably going to pull their one.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's our thoughts. We're gonna stand right here and do another video, but we're gonna fade to black.